Thank you for watching. The purpose of this video is to give you some ideas of what to look for when you're buying vinyl records, whether you're trying to build your collection, maybe on Discogs or eBay, or you maybe even just at like a local record fair. I've been buying and selling records for a long time, online and in person, and some of the things that I noticed come down to a basic formula. The rarity of something plus the condition is going to determine the price. The first thing I want to talk about is rarity. Now, by being rare, we mean how uncommon, how hard to find is this record. So, to give an example to illustrate my point, I want to talk about two records that I consider rare, and I'm going to explain to you why I do. So, the first record I want to talk about is Tribe Called Quest, Left My Wallet and El Segundo. This was their debut single. It came in black vinyl, but then also it came in green vinyl. So, as you can imagine, this is an easy one. The green vinyl 12-inch single of A Tribe Called Quest is obviously rare. Why do you mean that? Well, compared to the regular one, this is the one that's less common. So I would consider that a rare record or a hard to find record. Just to stay on the Tribe Called Quest, let's talk about another one. Low End Theory. When the Low End Theory came out, in the US, maybe CD was the predominant form. People weren't really buying as many like vinyl LPs. When Low End Theory was released in the US, the album version of that was a lot different than the European version. The European version was the full album art that you're familiar with. I'll put a picture up here. But the US version of that album was just a black sleeve with a small sticker. So I would consider that full picture cover Low End Theory to be rare in comparison to the other one. Now it's funny because in Europe that would probably not be rare because that was the only one that was released. Maybe the US version would be rare. But I want to just give you an idea of what I mean by rare records. Essentially, things that are uncommon, things that are hard to find, things you probably won't see in, the discount bin when you're going digging at wherever you like to dig at. The next thing I want to talk about is condition, because the condition is something that you really need to pay close attention to. And you need to know what that means. That way you don't end up buying something that's different than what you expected. Let's look at an objective guide. Let's look at Discogs. Let's look at their page for how to sell records, okay? Now, the first grading they have here is mint. And let's see what it says. Mint for vinyl. It says absolutely perfect in every way. Certainly never been played, possibly even still sealed. Should be used sparingly as a grade, if at all. I agree with that, because you could get into kind of quibbles with people about, what they consider perfect, especially considering the fact that there are records that come right from the distributor sealed that have flaws on them. Maybe they have skips on them, or maybe part of the vinyl is chipped. So you don't want to inadvertently list something that's not accurate. The next one here, near mint. A nearly perfect record. The record should show no obvious signs of wear. An LP cover should have no creases, folds, seam splits, or other noticeable similar defects. No cutout holes either. And of course, the same should be true of any other inserts such as posters, lyric sleeves, and the like. So near mint is, I would list a record that was brand new sealed as near mint, but in the comments I would list it as sealed. Because again, somebody who wants to quibble, let's say the outer plastic of the sealed record is dirty or something. Somebody may say, well, this is not shiny, so this is not mint. Now, the third listing here is the one I like to deal with, because with this one you know exactly what it is you're getting, which is Very Good Plus. Very Good Plus. A Very Good Plus record will show some signs that it was played and otherwise handled by a previous owner who took good care of it. Record surfaces may show signs of wear and may have slight scuffs or very light scratches that don't affect one's listening experiences. Slight warps that do not affect the sound are okay. The label may have some ring wear or discoloration, but it should be barely noticeable. Picture sleeves and LP inner sleeves will have some slight wear, lightly turned up corner, or a slight seam split. The Very Good Plus record is perfect for me, because for me this will be a record that somebody had in their collection, they took care of it, yeah, they played it, So it wasn't a relic piece. It was used but not abused. And I think if you go with Very Good Plus records as ones that you're looking for, you'll be fine. You shouldn't have any problems with that. Make sure that if you're selling records, that you put these actual descriptions in your listings, and also, make sure that if you're going to buy records, you ask them, like, what are their grading standards. Some people will use EX, which is a different grading standard. Make sure you know exactly what it is you're looking for. So let me recap. Remember, I told you that from my experience, the rarity of something and the condition are going to determine the price. In the next episode, we'll talk about price.